was so many characters in that changing room. Deep Pete getting put in your slips. Who was the biggest practical joker and funniest one? You know, I was lucky, especially around the time the '99 team and the back-to-back promotion team before I left in 2002. There was so many characters in that changing room that it's hard to pick out one. You know, we'd Nicky Weaver in goal, who was just a big galoot, basically. I wouldn't say he was thick, but he wasn't far off it. Big, deep, stupid Yorkshire accent that just used to make everybody laugh whenever he spoke. But a great character to have around, you know. And then you've got people like Andy Morrison, Jock, who came in, who was proper hard man. Tony Vaughan alongside him, centre half, who we used to call Trigger for various reasons. Ian Bishop, that I've already spoke about before. Sean Goater, who's probably the happiest person I've ever seen in my life, and to the point he used to annoy you sometimes, because even when he was annoyed, he would still have this big stupid smile on his face. Kevin Orlock was a proper one, and get into the changing room on a day-to-day basis, not a match day. You were always on your toes, always on your toes, because you knew something was going to happen, whether it be the old school one of the Deep Pete getting put in your slips. We went through a stage where the favourite one was when people used to cut the boxer shorts up. So if you think about it, if you've got your boxer shorts, they used to cut them down the middle. So after training, after a game, you would get into the changing room, you would go to put them on, and they would end up around your head all the way through. There would be clothes getting cut up, there would be people would egg people's cars and chuck flour on it, and there was just very childish, but that's what groups of football, or groups of men in general are. And it just makes me smile looking back at it, because there was so many characters. And the best thing about that group was nobody got the ump, because you knew at some point that you were going to get your own back in somebody else. And you also knew that if you got your own back in somebody else, that it was happening to you at some point as well. It kept you on your toes. It used to be a great laugh. And I'm just thinking back now, talking about getting nostalgic and everything else, it was just a great time to be part of that squad. And the one thing we did as a group, because there was that many characters in it, we had a real connection with the Man City fans at the time as well, you know, because at that time it wasn't very good. You know, the club had dropped to the deepest steps that they'd ever been in. And you know, and the Man City actually sing now, where were you when we were? Not very good. And we turn around, and I know I say to my kids, I say, when my kids are City fans, they sing that song. And I was like, well, I was actually playing at that time, you know. But the group together, the connection we had with the fans, and we had good fun with the fans as well. It was when you could connect. Players can't do that now. Used to go out with supporters doing, sit and have drinks and have laughs and do Q&As. You know, after the game, we used to go out and have laughs with the fans. If we'd been beat, maybe not so much so, but it was just a great time to be involved with the club after all the bad times that they had. Make sure you subscribe to BetSafe's YouTube channel to find out what story I'll be telling next week. He's the only player I know that could nutmeg you with your legs closed, and he's pulled the clip in the bottom of my bed, cut the boxer shorts up.